let's go make some asparagus. All right, let's go make some food. Hey y'all, welcome to Cooking on the Farm. Today I'm gonna do asparagus. We're gonna do this in the oven. I want my oven at 450 degrees, and I've got it there. All right, come in closer and I'll show you how to get your asparagus done. For cooking asparagus, you'll need your asparagus, and then you'll need about a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of butter, half teaspoon of pepper, and a half teaspoon of salt. If you don't want to cook your asparagus right now, snap your ends off, put it in an inch or two of water, put it in a jar in the fridge for up to a week. Keep it on the heads, make sure they're still super tight. All right, first of all, I'm going to show you how to tell if an asparagus is starting to go bad. So here you can see this head is super tight, super hard. These they just look like leaves. Right here on this one, you can see they're starting to flower out a little bit, and they're separating. It's more aerated. Okay, that's how to tell if asparagus is going bad. These are the last asparaguses that I could find in the store. So some of them are going bad. They're not bad yet until they're fully floured, and then I would cut off the heads. All right, the next thing is, people go, well, where do you cut? Do you just cut the little tip off? Do you cut, half? Where do you cut? You take it holding just under the flower head and the end, and you snap it. Wherever it snaps, this is gonna be super woody and kind of yucky. Some people would, take them all and line them up like this and chop them all. Well, that's not the case because they don't all snap at the exact same spot. This one's a lot longer. So I like to do them individually. Next step, I take I like to put foil down and then parchment on top of it. If you want your parchment to fit your pan, you crinkle it up. Then when you go to lay it out, it lays out and it goes into the edges of your pan better. The next thing I'm gonna do is just take all of my asparagus, let them drip for a second, and lay them out on my cookie sheet. All right. Get them in an even layer as much as possible. They're also starting to curl. That's another sign of them starting to, as my daddy would say, go south. All right, I'm gonna drizzle olive oil. It's probably super close to a tablespoon. A few cracks of black pepper. I like things peppery, so you have to take into account what you're tasting. If you like more pepper, add more. If you like more salt. So that's probably half a teaspoon of pepper. And then the same half a teaspoon of salt. Then I'm gonna roll it around with my fingers to get everything coated. You wanna make sure, especially the ends, are coated in the olive oil because they have a tendency to burn. And if they're not rolling, you can wipe them with your fingers. Okay, all right. Get everybody laid out again. So now I'm gonna have some butter. This butter is already softened. It honestly doesn't matter. I'm gonna grab probably a total of a tablespoon. And I'm just gonna daub it on here, kind of all over. If you wanna be super technical and make it even, you can, but I will be rolling this around. Again, it will eventually get all coated in butter. 450 degrees. We're gonna set our timer for 10 minutes and then we're gonna stir them around a little bit and see how soft they are. Because those are big and fat they're gonna take longer to cook. If you have the ones that are super thin, like a pencil, those are probably gonna be done at 10 minutes. All right, gonna set my timer. All right, I am just gonna kind of, flip these over, get them rolling around in that butter. The way to tell if these are done is you take, the rounded part of your spatula and poke it in. This one's not going in. Let's see. I think this one over here just slid right in. See how that just sinks in? That guy's done. This guy's not. I'm gonna still put these guys in a little bit longer because the butter and the oil will make the heads get kind of a crispy crunch. All right, guys, these just came out. This is sliding in super easy. Here's a super fat one, slid in. Now, I don't know if you can hear this, so I'm gonna turn the mic up and see if you can hear the crispy crunchy, okay? So come in close. Can you hear that crisp? Yum, yum, yum. You probably could let them go a little bit longer, but honestly, I like them where they're at now. Too much more, you can kind of get a burnt taste. I don't like that. So anyway, I'm gonna let these cool so they're not at 450 degrees, and then we'll get these tasting. All right, guys, the asparagus has finally cooled down so I can eat it. Granted, my kids have come in and there's quite a few missing, as you can see. All right, my turn to have one. I love that crunch. So good. When I was a kid, I hated asparagus. Hated it. Because my mom would cook it on the stove and she'd like boil it or something. I don't know. And they just tasted horrible. So the only way I would eat them was if it was like drenched in ketchup. This is the way to go. Super tender, falling apart. All right, we'll talk to you later. See you next time on Cooking on the Farm.
Go for it.
They'll know it's asparagus. Butter love. Oh man, asparagus overboard. All right. First of all, I'm going to show you how to tell if an asparagus is getting. Hold on, that's
We
crazy.
preheated.